morning, everyone. Today I'm going to share another day in the life of trucking. One of my morning routines, drinking a quarter cup of that apple cider vinegar. It helps with your blood sugar control, according to Dr. Eric Berg, DC. I will link his channel in the bottom of my YouTube channel description. Definitely check him out. I get a lot of my helpful information from his channel. This is how I make my coffee right before I start my shift every day. Well, I don't think I get to make coffee every day because some days I'm in rush. But the days I do have more than like a handful of time, I make my own coffee instead of spending that $2.50 at local truck stop or 7-Eleven or Starbucks, which is even more expensive. But I will say, whenever I do get the time to buy a coffee from Starbucks, I will not pass that up. But you guys have to check out this blend. Juan Valdez. I particularly came across this brand from Walmart. I think you're gonna like it. It's good quality, you know. Aside from my usual Colombian brew, I prefer this brand. Well, not brand, but the brew. Yeah. Voila, my end product. I don't always make it creamy. Some days I drink it black. Some days I drink it like this. But you know, it's not bad. It's good to switch it up time to time. Black coffee, however, overall is definitely the healthier choice. Black coffee by itself. Yes, I said it. One thing I learned in the world of trucking is that you have to take into account a multitude of things. For example, where would you be taking your rest? Because this is a 73 foot. Well, yeah, about 75 foot long trailer and tractor. That's the length of this thing. I can't just go to a normal Starbucks or 7-Eleven and wear like a 12 foot to maximum of 16 foot big size SUV, which is what I'm used to. And even that parking SUV of that size is sometimes a challenge. But now imagine a semi that's the length is that of 20 foot shorter than a blue whale. So I mean, you know, it has its challenges. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm here actually at a rest stop in case you guys are wanting to see what it looks like. I'll show you a short clip or footage. So getting back to the day in the life of trucking, it has to include trip planning. I think trip plan makes or breaks your day sometime. For example, I just picked up a load from Mississippi, and now this is going to Chicago. Mississippi is, in comparison, the weather out here in Mississippi is kind of mild. There's not much rain or snow going on down here, but it does get cold at nighttime. It drops to about 30 degrees, but right now it's around afternoon and it's showing about 40, a little north of 40, showing between 44 47. That's because the sun is out. But the moment I hit Chicago, I've been checking the weather, and the cold front up there is much colder. Like, it's because it's right below Canada. Temperatures are swinging between 16 degrees to 20, and so you can only imagine how cold it's going to be in Chicago, because that same cold front is swinging by.
2,000 years later.
Sorry about that. My camera angle fell off. So I had to readjust it because I couldn't fit that into that angle thing anywhere. Going back to the whole pre-planning, the weather is number one. Then there are accidents that can happen that can set you back. So sometime when you have a trip plan set, it's not set in stone. You have to have a plan B or C ready just in case your current trip plan fails. So you're going through a particular route and some freak accident happens. There's a pileup of cars, you can't use it. You can't go through that route anymore. Now you have to figure out how you're gonna get to your destination without being late. At the same time, your pre-plan is out the window, and you have to figure out how you're going to proceed from then on and thereon. So I haven't faced that kind of scenario yet, but it's not out the realm of possibilities, because I talk to a lot of truck drivers out there, especially the gentleman that has the grandpas, that gentleman that's been in the trucking industry for more than 30 years to 40 years, and they say you are never ever ready or ever completely safe when you're doing trucking, because Mother Nature will hit you like a brick when you least expect her to. So yeah, I don't play around when it comes to my pre-plan. I take it very seriously. The one thing, going back to the topic of how this truck length is always a factor that I always have to take into account whenever I'm trying to make a pre-plan, aside, on top, the weather factor and all the other factors I mentioned so far, which, it keeps you busy, you can't let up. You can let up, but you can't let up, otherwise your safety is compromised, and safety is everything in the trucking. See, the one thing I do want to put out there is that I've been noticing a lot. I mean, I did this myself. I did Uber for 4 years in New York City, like I mentioned in a previous video. And I kid you not, in 3 years, the first year, I got into 2 road rage. I'm not proud of, because people has a way of getting on your nerve more so on the road than anywhere else, on the street or anywhere else. On the road, you see the ugliest possible behavior, because it's ego clash every day. Like, you let your ego fly, it will fly, and you might never land once you take flight, so to say. Sorry, it's like one of those things, but it's just, you have to, like, especially me when I'm trucking, that mindset, I have to keep that into check. I cannot be unprofessional at any time when I'm driving. If I make a unsafe lane change, I can literally cost someone's life, and if they're right next to me, and if it's usually 4-wheelers, and there are, like, especially when I go to not on the interstate highway, but whenever I'm closer to the city, I've noticed some people just soars in and out, like they don't have any safety in their mindset. They think a truck driver can just move over and go according to however they felt like at the moment, or whatever is convenient for them, and it irritates me, because driving a semi for almost 7 months, plus going, I realize how dangerous it is if I am not paying attention, and some young kid that just got their license and they're racing through the street, and somehow I'm taking the same exit as this kid is, and this kid somehow cut me off, and I'm coming off from the speed of 55 to trying to go down to 30. I can go down to 55 to 30 within 5 seconds without hard braking, and that's also compromising my brake system, because semi's brake system is not invincible. When you put it under certain pressure with fully load 80,000 pound, it can fail. It can fail. And when a situation like that arises, guess whose fault that is? It's my fault for not taking all the precaution, because that's a preventable accident. So you have to predict, for all the four-wheelers out there that drive like however they do, unprofessional or not, by default it falls into a commercial driver license, or whoever is the CDL holder, because I'm the one with the power according to law. Yeah, it's not always, how should I say it, that part I always have to take into account whenever I'm behind the wheel, behind this big truck. You know, I can't act unprofessional at all, you know, nor do I plan on ever, you know, but I have to be professional for all the drivers, for all the four-wheelers especially out there, and maneuver this vehicle as professionally as possible without any incidents. This profession is great in the sense where I have the freedom to go around the country, travel and see places and people, you know, like the amount of experience that I've accumulated in the last 6 to 7 months, it's just mind-boggling, to be honest. Definitely it was out of my comfort zone, but the experience exposes you to like so many different experiences. It's just, you can't, the words fails to explain all that, let's just say that. And I love that, you know, about being out on the road, but I also do know that it won't always be this interesting going in another year or 2 year or 3 year, but it doesn't have to be boring either, you know. It doesn't have to be stagnating. You could make it interesting. And what other way to do that other than broadcasting my adventure on YouTube and sharing with you all, you know? I was thinking maybe my channel will grow to, you know, bring in some audiences who can appreciate my adventure. You know, at least my time is not worth it. You know, I always think about the day, everyone's gonna die, we all know that, but the day when I die, what am I leaving behind? I might not have a family. Not everyone is lucky enough to have a family, you know, but what am I leaving behind that will make people remember me? A YouTube channel with a lot of my videos. Maybe that will do. Maybe that will be the whole, you know, new way of leaving a footprint behind that will let people know this guy named Ghazi Ahmed existed, you know. Especially when you're looking at the future, it's just nobody knows. There's too much politics going around, even in social media. Everyone is like, you're either on my side or you're the enemy, you know, and that's just the kind of trend that's going around. I frankly don't like that, you know. I feel like we live in one of the greatest countries. We should exercise our freedom. Yeah, I'm at a loss for a word. Like the newer generation, including mine, I'm a millennial. I feel like we take our freedom for granted. More so for the newer generation. I'm talking zillennial and after, you know. But I feel like it also falls into my generation's responsibility that we start teaching the younger generation and upcoming generation the value of freedom. It's not free. It did not come to them or us for free. It came after a lot of sacrifices. Not everyone is interested in history, but guess what? It's because of all the sacrifices we have the freedom. You know, I'm not a history major, but I will tell you, I have a lot of respect for people, a lot of figures in history. I have a lot of respect for because sorry, I'm going a little off topic, but you know, I just need something to rant on. But I promise I'm going to organize my thoughts next video. But you know, Abraham Lincoln is my favorite president to this day, and also the guy I always look up to. Just because, like, if you take the time to like read his biography and the things he did, for people like that is an inspiration. You know, you don't find people like that out there anymore. There's not a lot of people out there who's willing to make the sacrifices, because everyone is chasing the social media life, the perfection, the money, the status, whatever the status quo is right now. But you know, you don't find a lot of genuine people out there. You know, genuine people that actually cares for other people, the country, and its well-being. Everyone's either somehow 6 feet deep into politics, you know, or the whole propaganda about a lot of other things I don't even want to mention. But hey guys, thank you for checking out my channel. Please definitely check out my channel for more contents, and I'm going to do my best to put out quality contents, you know. And some days I don't feel like making videos, dude. Like, just cause you have a lot of life responsibilities. Tax season is coming up. You know, I have to organize my taxes, bills that needs to be paid, loans that needs to be paid back, and you know, it's just sometimes it's a lot. But I feel like social media, I keep on saying social media, but I feel like socializing, putting contents like this out there, gives me window of opportunity to let other people like myself get an perspective on things that can, you know, help them. You know, the word emphasis on help, because if, like, there were times in the beginning of my training I felt so helpless because I did not find I didn't find a lot of individuals with similar experience, you know, because everyone is all about like themselves, let's just say. It is what it is. But you know, I'm sorry, I'm rambling on. But hey, thank you for checking out my channel, and please subscribe, leave a comment, any kind of suggestion. I would really appreciate it.